Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Shalom. This lesson is just going into a few current events, just touching on them and the signs of the times. And you don't need to look any further than the scriptures because they give you the insight of the times and what time period that we're in and what we're entering into. So I'm gonna start here. This is Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So these signs are prophecies, signs that you see in the heavens. These are all signs that something is getting ready to happen. What's getting ready to happen is a Jacob's Trouble, World War III, the MOTB, a period of time where the world is going to be tried. Matter of fact, let me get that before This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this hour of temptation that's coming, Jacob's Trouble, the MOTB, World War III, is going to try the world. The entire world. Everybody's going to have to go through this trouble. But the only ones that are going to be delivered, that are going to make it through this, are Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's chosen, his elect, starting with the 144,000. And they've been chosen from the beginning. So, back to Second Ezra. And again, Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So when you see these signs, these are like road markers. You say you drive into a city, you'll see signs like, oh, you're getting, you're 50 miles away from so and so, 10 miles from a rest stop, this and that, whatever. Well, these signs, these prophecies, these things in the heavens are letting us know how close that we're getting. Verse 3, how close we're getting to the kingdom of heaven. Because these are the birthing pains. These are things that are happening before the kingdom of heaven comes. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So these earthquakes, uproars, which there's more signs, but these are just a few signs. When you see these things, you know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is getting ready to visit. So here you have earthquakes happening all around the world. Things picking up, ramping up. Which this is, I just typed in earthquake. I'm not even going to the USGS this time. This is just earthquakes. This is here the last couple of days. Earthquake. That's just the quick. You can even go to the USGS latest earthquakes. And it's 38 earthquakes in the last day. If you go, which I know I just said that I wasn't going to go to this. That's all earthquakes. So it was set by 2.5. Now it's set for all earthquakes. See, before it was set 38. Only 38 earthquakes with the 2.5 plus. Now, if you go to all magnitudes, it says 198. And that's just in this 24-hour period. Let's see here. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to that. 2,000 in the last week, almost 2,100 earthquakes. So you don't think there's anything significant to that, But if you got spiritual eyes to see, spiritual ears to hear, your ears are perking up, your eyes are, opening up. Like, oh, just look at what's going on. Like something should tell you, like, hey, all these things going on. The protests, the people losing their minds. Things getting harder, the AI stuff, all these things, like something's going on right now. The political divisions. So this is they got protests in Ireland, and then you have protests. I just typed in protests because it says there's uproars of the people, and that's protests, civil war, people rising up against their governments. That's a number of things. That's people being dissatisfied with what's going on, so they're rising up. So you had this that broke out yesterday. Well, I think started 2 days ago. I think it started Friday out in LA. It says immigration protests. They got all kinds of live feeds on this. All this going on. This is world news. Protests in Italy over the Israel's genocide. Counter protests here in Babylon the Great to President Trump. A kingdom divided, or a kingdom divided shall not stand. Anti-protest bill, so you can't. Okay, but anyway, this is Luke chapter 21 and verse 25. Matter of fact, I think let me just get this translation. I'm going to start at verse 25. Luke 21 and verse 25. And this is Yahushua speaking. All right. Oh. I'm going to start at verse 24. And this is Luke 21 and verse 24 in the NLT. This is Yahushua speaking. It says, they will be killed by the sword or sent away as captives to all nations of the world. You know what? No, go ahead. I'm just going to keep it at 24. They will be killed by the sword or sent away as captives to all the nations of the world. So Israel has been scattered into all the different nations. Just like the Yahushua said, just like the curses said, we'd be scattered into all nations. We'd have to serve those nations, serve their gods. They would be the head, we would be the tail. In Revelation, the 11th chapter, it speaks that our dead bodies would lie in a great city, and that these nations would send gifts to one another, those gifts being us as slaves. So they will be killed by the sword or sent away as captives to all nations of the world, and Jerusalem will be trampled down by the Gentiles until the period of the Gentiles comes to an end. And we're at the end. And Jerusalem, being the land itself, is being trampled down by Gentiles and also the people. We were a people before the place. So we've been trampled down. Even was it Daniel 7? It says that this beast shall wear out the saints. I believe it says it in Revelation. And we've been trampled. We've been stomped all over. We're worn out. And this is the end. Going into the prophecies, this is the end of their kingdom. The end of Esau, Edom's kingdom. The end of the Gentiles ruling. The end of the heathen rule. And there will be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars. And here on earth, which there's strange signs, which meaning there'll be signs in the heavens. You'll see eclipses, solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, shooting stars. All manner of things, weird phenomenons. You have the aurora borealis happening out of season. Happening in lower hemispheres than it would normally be, because it's normally called the northern lights. Now it's happening, towards the towards the equator. Matter of fact, I had there's next week. It says there's a strawberry moon 2025. The strawberry moon, June's full moon, will be visible on Wednesday, June 11th, 2025 at 3:44 a.m. The moon will be at its full phase during this time. The best time to see this moon rises at dusk on Tuesday, June 10th. So the moon is strawberry moon is going to be blood. It also says, I believe, matter of fact, I had it pulled up. So let me go back and find that. This is Joel 2:31. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai come. So there's been a lot of blood moons. And it ain't just going to happen once. But this is what's going to happen before the return of Yahushai. Just signs and wonders before the great and terrible day. Because the day that's coming is terrible. Is ultimately this place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, by the ICBMs. You don't want any part of that. You want to be delivered from this. Luke 21:25 in the NLT, and there will be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars. And here on earth, the nations will be in turmoil, meaning they're going to be distressed. They're going to be protesting. If the nations were at peace, there wouldn't be any protests. There wouldn't be need for protests. People would be rejoicing. But the wicked is in rulership right now. The people are mourning. The people are tired of this. Everything they're going through. Tired of being oppressed. Perplexed by the roaring seas and strange tides. People will be terrified at what they see coming upon the earth, for the powers in the heavens will be shaken. Then everyone will see the Son of Man coming on a cloud with power and great glory. So you're going to see Yahushua coming in the chariots. This is soon to come. But there's still, before this, you got Jacob's trouble, great turmoil, plagues, pestilence, all kinds of evils coming upon the earth. The MOTB, this beast system being implemented. Not being able to buy and sell unless you had that, that badge of allegiance that's going to be in your forehead or in your hand. So when all these things begin to happen, stand and look up, for your salvation is near. So when you see, you got chariot sightings, all kinds of things. But we're looking up because we're looking for Yahushua to come to save us. But when we're seeing these things, that's a good thing. Look up, like also have a how do you say, a positive attitude. How they say, like, keep your head up, but you're literally, our salvation is coming from the heavens. So ICE raids, the Colombian presidential candidate, this man was shot in the head. This actually happened yesterday. I'm not sure the difference in the time in Colombia. But the world, this is gonna break out into all-out chaos. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come back to this. No, I'm not gonna. I'll just say that for later. That's all right. Because this is Revelation 12 and verse 12, and I'll read it in NLT and just close out after this. There is therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who live in the heavens rejoice. But terror will come on the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you in great anger, knowing that he have a little time, or has a little time. I'll just read it in the KJV. I like that better. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, and of the sea. So everybody, destruction is coming. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. The devil being Esau, Edom. He's getting ready to come down with great wrath. Jacob's trouble, probably about to bring the lockdowns back. No telling what's getting ready to happen with this devil, because he's all out erratic. Because what does it say? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So this devil knows, he sees the signs himself. He has left-hand prophets, prognosticators that are telling him how much time he has. He's trying to get this stuff done. He's trying to get that MOTB out there. He's got to get this one world order out. And he has a little time to do it, and all this stuff is falling apart before him. And he has a short time to get this done. And he's getting ready to come out with all the anger, all that perpetual hatred that he's had. All this is about to come out. But also, him knowing he has a short time, we know that he has a short time. So he's about to pull out all the stops, Yeah, and these signs that are happening in the world are just signs showing, hey, your time is up. Matter of fact, I will go back to that. Because, with this devil, his time being up, his time being up, he sees the Israelites rising up. He sees the spiritual awakening. He sees all this. It says the nations were there with great fear, fell upon them that saw the Israelites waking up. So he's moving with fear. He's moving scared. He's making mistakes. So this is and he's gonna do everything to try to throw you off, to make you lose your crown. So this is Philippians chapter 1 and verse 28. Don't be intimidated in any way by your enemies. Esau, Edom, the other nations, 2/3 of our people, unbelievers. Because they just don't think, oh, this stuff's been going on. This ain't the end. But you in the faith, this is the end of this kingdom. And the kingdom of Israel is rising up next. It says, don't be intimidated. And this is Philippians 1 and verse 28 in the NLT. Don't be intimidated in any way by your enemies. This will be a sign to them that they are going to be destroyed, but that you are going to be saved even by the Most High himself. So these signs, even the Israelites out preaching this gospel, this is a sign of their destruction, and that the Israelites are going to be saved. This is a sign. This is a beautiful thing. Us waking up, this is a sign that they're going to be destroyed. All these things happen. This is a sign of their kingdom coming to an end, and the kingdom of Israel rising up. So, Kwam Yasharala, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Hakodash. Shalom.